everyone, today I'll show you exactly how I package my art prints for shipping. I'm currently offering two sizes, A4 and A3, and I package them differently, so I will share both ways with you and you can pick whichever one you like the best. Starting with A4, I ship them flat. It's not too dangerous because they are quite small and they don't cost too much to ship exactly because of that. The first thing I do is take a foam board, which I prefer to be half a centimeter thick so that it is strong and sturdy, and cut it just a little bit bigger than my print. Not too much, just enough so that the print is smaller and doesn't bend on the sides. Once I have that, I put the print on top of it and put them together within a cellophane bag that I know will keep them protected from the weather, moisture, rain, etc. I do put a handwritten note inside that cellophane bag. I've just created simple half A4 is A5 size papers that I can write on top. I just say a few words, a thank you, ask for a review for my Etsy shop, and I put it inside as well at the bag so that it doesn't come in contact with my print. I can now close the cellophane bag and know that the package is secure to arrive at its destination. No matter the weather, it will face on the way. I always add a small gift like a greeting card or a postcard in addition to that, so that the customer can be happy to receive something special and extra from what they ordered. And then I put all of these together in a hardback envelope. I make sure that the print is facing the back of the envelope, because that way I know that on the one side is the foam board and on the other side is the hard back of the envelope, so that the print is sandwiched in between the two of them and is completely protected from getting scratched or crashed or damaged. If gift wrap is requested, I will do that, of course, before putting it in the hardback envelope, but I'm not showing it here because I think that's a matter of taste and it's not so much about safety as it is for decoration. After doing that, I also add a little bit of a strong tape on the closing of the envelope to make sure that it will not open no matter what, and of course add the addresses, both mine and the customers, so that I know that if something is wrong, it will arrive back to me safely, so that I can apologize and resend it to the person who ordered it. Now, with A3 prints, I usually don't ship them flat because it gets more expensive and more risky to get damaged along the way. I only ship them flat if gift wrap is requested because I think it looks better instead of just wrapping a rolled print, but if I can avoid it, I do. In case I ship them flat, I don't use a hardback envelope because I don't have a stash of them. I just use an envelope with bubbles so that I know that in this way it has the extra protection it needs. Most of the times for A3 prints I use a tube instead of shipping them flat because I think it's safer for them and it also is cheaper to ship them like that. In this case, I obviously skip the foam board part. I just take the print, put it in a cellophane bag with the handwritten note at the back, close the bag, and then roll it extra carefully so that I don't scratch it by mistake or it doesn't get bent in a way that cannot get flat again once the customer has received the print. For that reason, I've picked 7 cm diameter for my tubes. Because of the thickness of the paper, I find it very hard to roll them so tight that they can fit in a 5 cm tube without hurting them. I've done it sometimes and I might do it in the future as well because they are a little bit harder to smash if they are smaller. But all in all, I think it's very risky and it takes up a lot of time for me to make sure I can roll it tight without destroying it. And I think that it might be also difficult for the person receiving it to open it without damaging it. With the bigger tubes, it is also easier to sneak in a little gift, either a greeting card or a postcard, without hurting it too much. I know it's not ideal. You can see here as well that it is not in the best condition, but I know it can get back to flat afterwards, and after all it's a gift, so I can't change the whole shipping policy for that reason specifically. I just put it in there as carefully as possible and hope it will arrive in a good condition. In order to add some extra support to the tube and prevent them from smashing and crashing and have some internal resistance, I squeeze in there some air cushions like the ones you see in the video. In this way I know that if a force squeezes them from the outside, they do have some extra support from the inside so that they don't completely crash. I hope it helps. I don't know if it has been useful so far, but I get those from my packages that I order anyway, so why not recycle them and use them for this reason. A small tip to keep in mind is that make sure your print is not very close to the edges so that when you put on the caps you don't hurt it. Just make sure you have some distance between the end of the print and the end of the tube to have it extra protected. Once you have that in place, you can now close the tube. I secure it with extra strong tape. You can see here that I put a lot of it around so that I make sure the caps stay in place and nothing falls off. And afterwards I can add the addresses on top as before, mine included in case something goes wrong and it has to be returned to me in order to be shipped back to them. And that's it. I think that together with the videos you can now have a good idea of how I ship my prints. I didn't have any problems so far with that kind of packaging, so I hope it will be helpful to you too if you decide to make your own prints. If you liked this video and you found it useful, please leave it a thumbs up before you go. If you'd like to see more videos like this, consider subscribing to my channel and don't forget to hit the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video for you. Lastly, let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about packaging flat or in tubes and any other way I can help you. I hope to see you on the next video. Until then, be safe, be happy and keep going for your dreams. Bye!